Hey guys, welcome back to Ready to Die Fighting. I'm Chris, and it is my favorite time of year. That's right, it's September. It is National Preparedness Month. Hey! And in celebration of that, I'm going to show you what's in my evacuation bag. So I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One is I wanted to show you guys and hopefully give you some ideas on how you can better be prepared and some things you may want to do. But also, every year I use this time to kind of do inventory, to check things, to make sure nothing's missing. Maybe there's something I've overlooked, check batteries, all that stuff. Just make sure things are good. Do a purge of things that I don't need, add in some things that I may need. So let's take a look and see what's in here. This is a big duffel bag. I picked it up from the Army surplus store. It's Next USA pack. Never heard of that, but the quality is not that great, it turns out. There was another buckle strap like this right here, and it just completely broke off. And there's a bunch of frayed threads, and so I cut it off and neatened it up, but so that kind of sucks. So I am a bit concerned about the quality because this bag has gotten virtually no use. It just sits in my closet, the closet closest to the front door, and the purpose of this bag is, let's say there's some sort of emergency and we need to evacuate and we need to do it right now. We've got 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds to get out of the house, and I can only grab one thing. I grab this. So the car already has a get home bag, or I think of it more as a shelter in place bag. That is my backpack. I use that when I'm rucking. You've seen it a bunch of times. It's got about 3 days worth of supplies in there. Food, some water, fire starters, some first aid, all that basic stuff. Weighing about 27 pounds worth to cover me and the boys for a couple days if we needed to get home or shelter in place for a little while overnight. So that bag has that purpose. And additionally, you may have seen the video, my last video, where I covered this big black box that I keep in the trunk. And that has even more supplies. There's a tent, sleeping bags, winter clothes, some more water, some more food, some tools, things like that. If we really need to, if we're stuck in the car for who knows how long, maybe it's hours, maybe it's days, maybe it's not too long, but I've got a flat tire and the weather is just terrible. I've got all the stuff in there that I need to keep us both comfortable, dry, safe. The boys, some entertainment for him because, bored kids are troublesome kids. And so that's purpose. So this bag is meant to supplement that, because this would go in the car. This is way too heavy, and it's a duffel bag. I can carry it, but it's heavy. I'm not walking through the woods with this anywhere. I'm walking to my car, I'm chucking it in there, and if I've got one thing to grab, it's this, and that will supplement what's already in the car. If I don't have time to grab this, then I don't have time to grab this, and we've only got what we've got in the car. And quite frankly, we wouldn't be in a bad situation necessarily. I mean, it's a bad situation if I've got to evacuate that quickly, but we've got food, we've got water, we've got clothing, we've got a tent, we've got a lot of things, got sleep systems already in there. So this is supplementing that. So let's take a look. On the outside, here's just some hand sanitizer. I think that's just maybe that's not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it's also not all that important. But I think it's just nice to have. Keep your hands clean, especially before going into the bag. I purchased an additional first aid kit. This is Maxpedition IMP. Individual medical pouch, I believe what it's called. I actually like that a lot, and it matches the bag quite nicely. Throw these things on here just more so than anything else, is because they're so cheap. CPR shields, they recommend now just to do compressions, not so much the mouth to mouth, but it kind of lets me know, just seeing the red, this is first aid as opposed to a patch, and in case I do want to use mouth to mouth for whatever reason, that's there. So this is a really cool pouch. I may do a review on that on another day, perhaps, but it's got this front clear pouch. That's where we've got some gloves, some medications, things that I kind of wanted to quickly access. So here's a Sharpie. Right on top we've got Advil, Tylenol, Pepto-Bismol, some aspirin, some little eye drops, you know, things like that that I want to be able to get quickly and maybe not have to dig through a bunch of stuff. And then in the main pouch here is where we've got tourniquet, ace bandage, alcohol wipes, Israeli bandage, burn cream, more stuff basically. Some gauze I think is in here, at least it should be. Actually, I don't see any gauze. So there's some shears. What do you call these things? The trauma shears. So there's a bunch of stuff in there, but keep in mind this will be the third first aid kit that I would have in the vehicle. So I have the vehicle first aid kit, which is a big one that has a bunch of stuff. So if I witness a car accident or a car accident myself or whatever, there's trauma stuff. There's also like day-to-day stuff. You get a little boo-boo while we're driving, you can go into the first aid kit there, and there's a little bandage in there. There's Pepto in there. We're basically duplicating a lot of these things. Then I also have a first aid kit that I keep on the get home bag. So this is supplementing that, so just extras, because if things are that bad, I may need to take care of other people, maybe multiple wounds, you never know. So extra first aid kit. What else do we have? Let's stick on this side. Open this up. And we've just got some instant oatmeal packages, some Fiber One bars. So I like to get a variety of different types of bars. Fiber I think is important, especially under stress. You know, you can get constipated and whatnot, or you could have diarrhea, or so you kind of want to balance things out. You know, all this salt and processed foods. Having some extra fiber seems like a good idea. And these are actually just good, like I just like them. So I've got quite a bit of oatmeal here because it's warm, it fills you up, and I like having all that soluble fiber. It helps lower cholesterol, all that, to kind of counteract the salty stuff. Cliff bars as well. This is a bottle of Flintstones vitamins. Just a supplement, because I know the food that I have in here and the food that we're going to be eating is probably going to be garbage. I've got MREs, I've got dehydrated food, granola bars. I want to make sure we're getting some nutrition, even if it's just for a few days. You don't want to make sure we're getting our vitamins and everything we need. So a lot of bars. So that just seems like a really good choice when you're on the move. A sucker. Got 2 smart water bottles, one for each of us, a Sawyer water filter, which I have another one of these in the car, in the get home bag, so there'll be one for each of us. And we also have more water in the car, so this isn't the only water that I have. Here is some Tonka bites. It's buffalo meat with cranberries, and it's really good, but great source of protein. And I love supporting this company. They are, which tribe is this? I forget which tribe it is, but it's one of the ones, I think out in like South Dakota, one of the Plains Indians. It said on here. I don't remember which tribe they are, but it's a tribal company if I remember correctly. 5-hour energy drink. These are really helpful to me. They work great for me. Actually, this flavor isn't my favorite anymore, but I can drink half of one of those and go for a long time driving. Here's a Emery little beverage mix. And then we've got a couple of sporks, these Light My Fire sporks. This is a case. How do you open this bad boy? Oh. And so I got 2 sporks in there. And I like having that little case just to keep things clean and organized. I don't know if I actually showed you, but whatever. It's just a spork. And then here is a Stanley little cooking pot. And I like this one. I used to use it quite a bit when we were camping. I got something different now. But I feel like it's a good size. And I use this little wire to I rig it up like this, and you can hang it over a fire, or you can just stick it on the fire to boil water. And it's got 2 cups nested in there, so that's nice. You can heat up for water and eat out of it as well, or drink out of it. So that's what's in that pouch. Then on this bottom pouch underneath, which is a little bit harder to access, I have a nice big bag of dog food, a couple of biscuits, and this is some, what do you call it? These pills, the Simparica. It's like an anti-flea, anti-parasite. Because I figure that just makes sense to me. And these I need to actually recycle out the 10, 2019. So you gotta take these this month. Actually, I should probably recycle out this dog food as well. So I'll probably put new dog food in there. So this is a couple days worth for her. I think maybe 3 days worth of dog food for her. Actually, it might even be that much. But she has another bag that I would grab with this. It's normally buckled on. Here's a little backpack for her, and it has more dog food in it. But yeah, this stuff she takes, it prevents fleas, but also some internal parasites. And I give her like an annual shot, I think, for heartworm. So she should be covered. You know, if we have to go in a shelter or we're living out in the woods or whatever, we don't want to be bothered with parasites, if we can help it. So that's all on this side. Let's go to the top here. This top pocket, I've got some duct tape. I've got an empty eyeglass case. Glasses are supposed to be in there. However, the boy broke his glasses, so I had to give him the spares out of here. Ay, ay, ay. Some more hand sanitizer. Another 5-hour energy drink, actually 2 of them, and some Kleenex. And so this is just the quick access stuff that I would probably need or want without having to dig through things. I don't know that duct tape needed to be in there, but I probably just stuck it in. Because I didn't know where else to put it. I'm going to move that to a different pocket, I think. What else do we have? Let's go to these front pockets. Oh, on the outside here I've got a flashlight. Looks like the battery's still good. This is a Coast flashlight. It takes, I think, AA's, AAA's, I think 3 of them, and it's pretty bright, and it's one of those ones that's waterproof, and it's you can run over it with your car and all that. It's a bit on the bulky side, but it's one of the first like prepper flashlights I ever bought, and you know, it works. And then this is the Night Eyes. It's a flashlight holster, so I just use it to clip it on the outside. And there we go. Here's a little thermometer, a little Coleman thermometer with a compass. Just because they're cheap, and why not? So let's go on this side. And so I like these 3 pouches it has to try to see how well can you see that. To try to keep things at least a little bit organized. So here I've got some fire starters. A little Ziploc bag with some matches, a lighter, and more matches. A pack of AAA batteries because, or no, sorry, those are AA batteries. Yeah. Some rechargeable AA's. And that's for my ham radio. I've got a little hand portable amateur radio. It's a Yaesu, I forget which, FT60 I think. And so that can run off of AA batteries. And then I have a bunch of AAA's, both rechargeable and regular, because all of my headlamps and flashlights and I think maybe some other stuff. I try to get everything to run off of AAA as much as I can, just so I don't have to have 2 different types of batteries. But I wasn't able to avoid AA's in a couple of cases. So That's all that's in that one. And in this pouch, I've got 4 boxes of shotgun shells. Because the shotgun, in addition to the 9mm, is my weapon of choice for defense or even hunting. So we've got some rifled slugs, hollow points, and then I got some buckshot, deer and predator. And so I got 2 of each. So that should be pretty good. There's some more in the car. And in that closet, the other phase of this is that if I can only grab one thing, is this bag, and it's got a little bit of everything. However, if I've got 10 minutes, then I can grab the other stuff in that closet, and there's 3 ammo cans in there, there's a shotgun in there, there's a big bag of dog food and dog supplies, there's I think 15 gallons of water, there's a bigger medical kit, there's more food, there's cooking stuff, there's some of everything. We could literally survive like just fine for weeks with what's in that in that closet in addition to what's in the car. And so that's the plan. But if I can only grab one thing, grab this, and I got a little bit of everything. So next pocket, here's some leather gloves, because especially I find these are great when working with fires. Kind of prevents little burns, little cuts, little, you know, you want to protect your hands. Having your hand injured when you're trying to work is just the worst. And when you're talking about survival, you really want to prevent injuries. I've got a couple of can openers. Here's some of that utility cordage that I like so much. I'm preferring this these days over paracord or over like a tarred bank line. Like this stuff is pretty strong. I haven't, 275 pounds, I feel like that's enough. And it's very thin, it's very easy to tie knots with. I like it. So, and you can fit a lot of it. Here's 100 feet, and that doesn't take up that much space compared to paracord. It takes up a lot more than that. But I do have paracord in the car as well. Here's a little pocket knife. And so that's in addition to the cutting stuff that I have in the car already, so just that little knife is sufficient. Here's some zip ties and an emergency whistle, which that can probably go up here maybe. I feel like that's in the right spot. And this is where the duct tape probably should go. Kind of like in this tool-ish area. All right. So I think I'm going to pause for a minute, put some of this stuff back in to clear up some room, and then I'll come back. All right, so these granola bars, I just checked the date on them. They're no good anymore. Dog food needs to be swapped out, so I'm just making my list. Dog food and bars. So, okay. Moving on to this side. So yeah, so it had straps like this on the other side, and one of these guys just broke off. On this side, we've got some MREs. So this one, I took the outer package off, but this is the bean patty. This is, sorry, not bean patty, beef patty. This is my personal favorite. So it's got, they come with like in 2 packages, and I don't really see, that's just taking up space, so I just took that out. I don't see how that would affect the freshness of it, so I'll probably take this one out as well, but for whatever reason I didn't. Oh, that one is beef ravioli and meat sauce. We've got 2 metal plates, and I like these, even though you put hot food on there, it gets hot and it's a little bit problematic, but I like these. They're metal, so one, they're super durable, but you can also use them as like a little frying pan, and it's got a nice dip to it, so you know, it almost as like even a bowl. I find these to be very versatile, but I've definitely like put food on there and like put it on a like on a little griddle, like over the fire, and you can just cook right in it. Here's some Metamucil fiber, guys. So these are 2021, so these are still good. Although this one appears to be open, so let's, oh yeah, we're losing some. So let's remove that one. The rest of these look like they're good. Okay, so put that one over here, the junk pile. We got several packages of tuna. Different. I like the honey barbecue. We also got some plain. So how many of those is that? There's a hot buffalo and a ranch. So that's 6 of those. And these are great. We enjoy these when we're camping or sometimes just like a snack even around the house. And then there's, so we've got 4 MREs, that's 2 each, 6 tunas. I don't know how much oatmeal. And so that's, we got potentially breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not huge meals, but we can get by on that. These are really good with tortillas, by the way. That's how we ate them when we were camping. Put this in a tortilla, yum, yum. I could probably ideally pack some crackers in here, but I don't think I did. And so let's just stick. That's fine for now. Let's open up this other one. And here we have toiletries. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got some lotion, toothbrushes, toothpaste, a bar of soap, and that's like an antibacterial bar soap dial. Here is some wilderness wash. I believe that's shampoo. Though I'm not 100% sure, and it's not labeled, but I believe it's shampoo. That's what would make sense, right? Got soap. Or it could just be liquid soap. I'm not sure. It'll probably get you clean regardless. Here's some insect repellent. Some Gold Bond powder, which I like having a lot. Feels like really helps freshen your feet and stuff up. And here's some of these, I think they're called Whizzy Wipes. You put them in this waterproof container, and so you drop this guy into some water, and it opens up and expands, and it turns into just like a little washcloth. So that's kind of cool. We can get, I forget how many fit in here, but quite a few. Oh, this is just an emergency mirror. I'm not sure how useful that really is, but whatever. And then it has a little piece of, it's like a little ferro rod. Again, not sure how useful that is, but it's there. Why not? And then dude wipes. I buy these because, one, I think the name of it is funny, but it also comes in a nice little package, and they're flushable and biodegradable, so all right. Dude wipes it is. Stick this back in here really quickly. All right. Last pouch or compartment. So right on top here, this is, I think it's made by Platypus. Yeah, Platypus. And I don't remember how many gallons, but this is a water filtration system, gravity fed. So it's got the 2 bags. I'm not going to take this all out, but I think it holds 2.5 gallons, I think, in each bag. And so you fill up one with the dirty water, hang it from a tree or whatever, let gravity feed it, and it'll filter out all the crap into the nice new clean bag. So, got that. What is this? Oh, this is melatonin to try to help sleep. A little sleeping aid, just because I have insomnia. The boy doesn't always sleep very well, especially if things are stressful. We want to be able to get sleep. Here is a leash and a dog bowl. I do keep a leash in the car most of the time, but just in case. Just in case. Trying to see if there's anything else on the outside. Dog chew toy. Even though she doesn't use them that much. Comfort items are important, especially for children and pets, I found. You want to keep your own sanity. You gotta help keep them calm and cool. So then inside here, you've got a couple of dust masks, which I don't know if I actually want to dig that much for them, but we have them. Here is some more shotgun shells in this very nice little pouch that holds them nice and neat. Bandana. There's a lot of stuff in here. Here's a cute little monkey. A stress ball. This is a very warm hoodie for myself. I think this is, yeah. A coloring book. And again, supplementing, you know, he likes Frozen. He does. So, I mean, Frozen was pretty awesome. I've got no issue with it. Coloring book, sticker book, got some crayons in there. He's also got a bigger activity book in the car as well. So, but just for some variety, and because it doesn't take up that much space. I kind of don't want to take all this stuff out. Here's some socks. A shirt. I think this is all for either me or the boy. Can't remember. I think these are for me. Change of pants. Just because, who knows, we might be wearing pajamas. It might be in the middle of the night. We might not be dressed at all. Who knows? Uno cards. We both love playing Uno, so that's a great time waster. Here's a 511 belt, because I want to make sure I can safely carry. Some undies for myself. Another pair of undies. And I think that's it for my clothes. And then here's another bag, so it's a bag inside a bag. And I did it this way just to make things easy. Here's his change of clothes, here's mine, so I could just open this up, hand him his bag, and basically like, you know, not that it needs to be double bagged, but just for organization purposes. Like, here's your clothes, take them, go get changed or whatever. And I don't think I'm going to open this. It's the same thing. Pants, socks, underwear, shirt for the boy. There's also some hand warmers. We've got some more socks and gloves. I think I just threw in a hat. What else is here? Some Legos. And then the rest of this is, this is another one, I don't think I want to open it. There's two big wool blankets, and I actually sprayed them down, completely drenched them with the Parithian, whatever it's called, to repel ticks and fleas and whatever else. And so my thought was, if we have to go to a FEMA shelter or something like that, you know, we may want to bring our own bedding just to, you know, try to prevent bed bugs and whatnot, or if we've got to camp on the ground. Wool blankets are great. They're so warm. Even when they get wet, they still retain their heat. They seem to be pretty durable and comfy to a certain extent. And I really like having some wool blankets. And I'm trying to undo this now without damaging the bag. I don't know if you really need to see a wool blanket, but so there's two in here. I'll just take out one. There you go. The other one is like a gray color, so one for each of us. And we tested it out. It's big enough that we could use like one as a sleeping pad kind of, and then put the other one on top of us, and we can, you know, sleep together. And the dog fits with us as well. Like, we've tested it out. We can be pretty comfortable with making a bedding this way and hopefully share body heat if need be. But again, keeping in mind, we do have another wool blanket in the car. We've got a tent and we've got sleeping bags. Those sleeping bags only go down to, I think, 40 degrees. But with the wool blankets and sharing body heat, hopefully we'd be okay if we had to sleep outdoors in even colder weather. Hopefully. So, and realistically, we could sleep in the car too. That would provide some shelter as well. So, now that I've got this all jumbled up, I gotta put it all back. Hopefully this was helpful to you. You got some ideas. Oh, I forgot. One other thing that is normally in here I actually took out. I normally keep a little Ziploc bag filled with all of our important documents and some cash and a spare credit card. There's also like some instruction manuals. Oh, I missed a pocket. I forgot there's a pocket behind here, and this is actually where the documents normally go. Totally missed this pocket. Here is a Anchor battery bank, along with various charging cords. So that's all in here. A headlamp. And I have another headlamp in the car. Actually, I have two more in the car, so there would be one for each of us for sure. Some earbuds. This is a AM/FM radio. It also does shortwave and weather alerts and probably some other stuff. So I have the earbuds for that, just because, again, if we're in a shelter or something like that, I don't want to disturb other people, or maybe the boy's sleeping, but I want to stay in tune to whatever's happening. Earbuds. Or if I just want to be discreet, don't want people knowing where we are. Got a couple of walkie-talkies. Another flashlight. Oh, you know what I think? I think I have the plastic tab in there so the battery doesn't get wasted. And some garbage bags, and apparently I threw another bucket of matches in there as well. Because trash bags are very useful. And that's where the documents go, so I'm glad I remembered to go through that pocket. Okay, so now that's it. So this is part of a system of being prepared in conjunction with the car. And then I have 5-gallon plastic buckets that I picked up from Home Depot, and each one of those buckets has different things in there. And I stage everything in that closet. So if I only have time to grab one thing, it's this. If I've got time to grab 2 or 3 things, then I would grab the next bucket, and that would be the next high priority thing that I think would matter. And then there's also water over there. So it's just a matter of how much time we think we have. And so I didn't want to have to think about it in an emergency. Oh, what should I get? I put the things in order of just grab this, grab that, and just keep going down the stack until I either have everything or run out of time. So that's how we organize that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Give me some feedback if you think there's anything I forgot that may be important. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.